Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Shred Show live with me, Josh Pitts. You see her smiling face. You know her bright personality. She continues to inspire. She continues to motivate. She continues to lead from the front. She's not only one of my best friends in this entire industry, but she's truly somebody that I look to every single day for inspiration, for motivation to keep going. And yes, you can say yes every day. Ladies and gentlemen, I am joined by the one, the only Laura Brandao. We're going to be getting into her new book. You are not going to want to miss today's episode. Join us as we shred. Ladies and gentlemen, the absolutely beautiful, the talented Laura Brandao. Laura, it's so good to see
Josh.
you.
How are you?
Oh my gosh, I'm amazing. I am so excited. I've been looking forward to talking to you, not only because you have a new book coming out, but because, like I mentioned, you are one of my best friends in this entire industry. You're one of the people that I can count on. You're one of the people that I just know is going to always breed positivity, just always from the bottom of your soul. It's your passion. And now this passion has spilled over into a book, which I am so proud of you for. It's so exciting. And I'm just excited to have you on the show today talking about it. So here's where I want to start. Because Laura, truly you are an inspiration. You're one of those, we've heard it time and time again from traveling to watching people engage with your posts, but you are one of the most powerful women within our industry because you're motivating people. You're inspiring women of the newest generation coming into our industry. They are looking to you for positivity. And you were sharing with me even before that they seek your approval, which is such an amazing thing. And to be able to be in that position, Laura, did you ever think that even a year or two ago, you'd be in the position that you are now?
Absolutely not. It really is what a gift, right? What a gift that I have, that I am able to positively affect other people, right? But Josh, we all have that gift. We all have it. I mean, I got up on stage for the very first time in April of 2018. And that was the pivotal moment. That was the moment when I realized my voice could affect other people. And with that, when I had a woman come up to me at that event and say, Laura, thank you. Because that's the first time I have seen a woman executive out on a stage sharing her voice. I nearly cried. I thought to myself, here I am thinking that, I'm building my company, I'm going to work, early in the morning to late at night, and I'm doing my thing. But it's more than that, Josh. We all have a responsibility to hold out our hands behind and to the sides, to pull forward, because we all have a difference to make in this world. And that's where the book came in, because I said, wow, if I can affect people, yes, getting up on a stage, and I can affect people being on a podcast, and I can affect people through social. But you know what? Putting it down on paper isn't just the fact of another outlet or another way that people can see it. It's also another way that helps me be able to realize why I'm doing it.
That why is, we hear about it a lot. And that's something I think for all of us, as you share that, it gets me excited because you're helping people find theirs as well. You're helping people understand, and saying yes every day is part of that, which I'm excited to get into. So let's talk about it. So when did you decide? Because you and I've shared this, I've been trying to write a book for years now. I've struggled. Number one, I'm a terrible writer, but number two, it's just something that it has to come from the right place. You have to decide that you're like, hey, this is why I'm going to do this. This is ultimately my goal with this. So when did you decide, and where did it all come from?
Yes, great question. So here's the thing. March 2019, I get the idea I'm going to write a book by 2020. Okay, I'm going to write a book by 2020. I've got the whole plan. I start going through the process. I get to about July of 2019, and I absolutely hate it. Absolutely hate it to the point, rip it up, throw it in the garbage. That's it. I'm done. I'm not doing it. And then 2020 came. COVID came.
Mm.
And I started realizing the difference I could make by sharing my thought process and how I approach my life and my business and everything. And I said, the world is ready for this now.
Mm.
Now the world is ready for this story. Wasn't ready before. It wasn't the right story. And the story hadn't been written yet in July of 19. I needed to continue to go through things, and I had to continue to experience what was going on around me for the story to be ready.
Whew. And that's what I mean, Laura, is you come from such a powerful place. You come from such a positive place. Like you and I was the exact same place as trying to write my book. I struggled with it. And then the fact that you came into this year and you knew that you're like, now's the time. Now the world, I'm ready as a person. I'm finally there as a human. Like, I can put this out for the rest of the world. That's where, if anybody's thinking about writing a book, anybody who's ever tried, know that it has to come from the right place. It has to come from a place of love, place of passion, because it is just an absolute grind, and it's a struggle to write a book, especially a good book, which yours has done. Like, you have hit top #1 on charts, #2, like you were #1 on multiple charts, which is just amazing to me. But again, it came from the right place. It came from this place of love, and it came from this place of compassion that you have from the industry. So say yes every day. It's discovering your superpower. So tell us, my book is, I wish it was supposed to be here today. I got it on Amazon. I was really hoping it was going to be here this morning. It's probably literally going to show up at my door as soon as we're done with this. So tell us what the book is all about. What's the premise of Say Yes Every Day?
Yes. Well, the whole premise, like I said, when I got up on that stage in 2018, well, things started to happen in my life. All of a sudden, I was being approached of, where the heck have you been the last, 15 years in the mortgage business? And I was like, wait a minute, people want to hear from me? People actually want to hear my story, and people want to hear what I can do for this industry. And I started saying yes to things that I wouldn't have normally exposed myself to, things that scared me, things that made me uncomfortable. Well, the more I said yes to, the more things happened. And one day, I was actually on vacation, a family vacation in California. I was coming back on an airplane ride, and I was thinking about the last few months from April to July. And I'm like, my God, more things positively have happened in my life in those couple of months of me saying yes to things than the last 10 years. And I'm like, I have an idea. I'm going to hold myself accountable. I am going to start a blog, and every single day I'm going to write down what I said yes to in order to hold myself accountable. So I jumped on my computer, and the website was sayyeseveryday.com. And every single day I thought of something that I had never done before, or something I took the time to do that I normally would have just said, I'm too busy. I'm too busy for me to sit and go for a quiet walk or put my phone away and actually have a conversation with my family. Things like minor things like that turned out to be a big deal. And so by doing this, it held me accountable. And my original idea was to take a year full of blogs and turn it into a book. That was my original idea. Huh. That wasn't where it wound up, but that was the original concept.
Yeah.
But saying yes every day, Josh, is not about jumping out of airplane. Oh yeah, that's me in my shirt. There it is. Out in Arizona. So it's not about necessarily doing things that scare you. It's about doing things and making the most out of every single day. Now look at this website, right? This is my website, laurabrandao.com. Also Say Yes Every Day goes here. But Josh, even this, the last couple of months, I built this out. I mean, I worked with a designer to actually build out everything I've been doing, from podcasts to writing in Women with Vision magazine to Thrive Thursday. But let's go there. I want to actually speak about that. So here we are, March, shelter in place, COVID raging. We get the idea of starting a show called Survive and Thrive.
Mhm.
Every single week, pulling mortgage brokers onto a weekly live show. And for 25 weeks, I heard from mortgage brokers and understood what their struggles were with going through changing and adapting into a new normal. Now, Josh, here's the interesting part. This ties into saying yes.
Yeah.
So, survive and thrive for 25 weeks, I hear from mortgage brokers. Well, there's a caveat to this concept. Every week, I didn't select a guest. I never invited people. What happened was the guest from the week before would then introduce and they would nominate the next week. I had no control over who the person was. Now, wait.
Cool concept.
After 25 weeks, I never controlled them. All of a sudden, mortgage people started inviting people outside of the industry. So here I am in September. I now have people on a show that have nothing to do with the mortgage or real estate world.
So
I'm
cool.
like, I'm going to go with it. What the heck? All right, Josh, I changed the name to Thrive Thursday. I have now been doing it since March, okay? I'm working on my second book. The second book is Say Yes Every Day, Thrive Thursday, Everyone Has a Story. I am allowing 15 people from Thrive Thursday, strangers that I have never met before doing a show, and I am allowing them to become published authors.
Wow.
That I am completely paying for and allowing them to share their story with the world.
Well, look at this. I mean, there are just so many incredible people that you've had the opportunity to have on the show.
Yeah, look at this. And every one of them were nominated by the week before.
Wow. What? And sometimes you had more than just one person. Sometimes you had two, three women. Four.
Usually 3 people.
Wow. So cool.
Now, wait, let's go back to your question about Say Yes Every Day, discovering your superpower. Okay. So now, I believe that every single one of us is born with special gifts. Some people's gift could be being creative. One person's gift could be an unbelievable listener. Part of my gift is I spread positivity and I'm able to give other people confidence in themselves. That's my gift. Okay. Sure. When I switched over from Survive and Thrive to Thrive Thursday, I changed the questions because we are no longer adapting. We already changed. We are who we are today based on the changes. Okay. I got those 3 people on the first episode of Thrive Thursday when we switched over. And I said to them, guys, I'm writing a book. I would like you to tell me what's your superpower and gift to the world and how do you use it? Okay. So Josh, the first week, these people look like a deer in the headlights. They're like, oh my God, I have no gifts. I've got nothing. There's nothing special here. Please go to the next person. I don't know what to say. Okay. Well, the next week I learned from that. The next week I do a pre-call with these people. And I said, guys, I'm writing a book. I believe you have a special gift. And I need you to do some homework. I need you to go to your spouse, your friends, your colleagues, your adult children. Ask them what your superpower is. Josh, I've had people break down crying because they never heard their wife tell them what their superpower was. I've had people say, my God, 4 people all told me that I am a gift to the world because of this. And I never knew that. And these people started using their gifts. I've watched people transform over these months to become better at their careers, at their relationships, because they're leaning into what they always had inside of them. They just needed someone else to share it with them.
So to me, this is one of those things that sometimes we think, especially as content creators, as leaders, sometimes we try to influence the entire world all at once. But you've taken this concept and you've absolutely so brilliantly, you're impacting people's lives one person at a time. And again, it's not even for what's inspiring for me is these people are gaining positivity, but they're gaining their own confidence in
It's
themselves
their
from
confidence.
others. Like their confidence is growing from discussion. And this is why it's so exciting is not just for your show, but they're going and asking, like you said, their spouses, their kids, and they're getting they're getting these responses that they never imagined. So now just imagine the relationship now that they have with their spouse.
Now they're
Like,
together.
yeah, now they're like, oh my gosh, like that's what you think, like that is what's cool to me is this came from a completely different place, but now you're changing people's lives. You're benefiting them. You're impacting their spouse relationships. Like Laura, this is something, this is one of those ideas that you never in a million years expected to come from this place. And it all started with say yes. So now.
But do you see the power, Josh?
Absolutely.
Do you see the power of it? And we all have that power. See what I'm doing and how I'm going about it, that's my say yes. I'm not telling other people that it's going to work exactly that way in their life. I have a woman that was on Thrive Thursday that now has her own cooking show on a channel in Maryland. I have that t-shirt picture you showed me. That was a girl that started a design line that I met through Thrive Thursday. Remember, all these people are strangers. I've never met them before they were on the show. That girl said she designed shirts. And I said, hey, I would like some shirts for Say Yes Every Day. Will you design my shirts? That girl, if you click that link and you order that shirt, that goes to Shamanica. She's the designer that I met on Thrive Thursday. That is a young African-American girl that is building a business. And I'm helping to support her. Every single one of us has that ability. But you know what, Josh, you have to be open to that. That's what Say Yes is about. You have to be open to how you are affecting every single person you're coming in contact with. Like you said, it's funny. When I go on social media, I look at that as an opportunity to lift people up. Whether it's a comment, whether it's a post, whatever it is, do you realize the strength and the power that we have to affect other people just in how we interact on social?
It's amazing. Laura, this is something I talk about all the time. This is why it's really hard for me when I hear people say, well, Josh, I don't put out content or I don't do videos because I'm afraid what people are going to think of me. I said, you got to forget yourself in this. And you have to think about the other people's lives you're going to affect. Every single one of us, I've talked about this before on the show, every single one of us, whether it's Laura, whether it's Josh, whoever it is, we have the unique ability. And I truly believe that God has given us a gift to impact certain people's lives. There are people that you, Laura Brandao, will affect that I will never be able to impact. You were chosen, you were preordained, if you will, to impact those people's lives. That's why I purely think it's selfish when we don't put out content, when we don't share our passion, when we don't share the things that truly motivate us, that inspire us. Because ultimately, there is somebody out there who's going to hear your message. You listening right now, they're going to hear your message and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, Laura impacted my life. Josh impacted my life. You impacted my life. And that's why with what you're sharing, the book that you've created, this is why you're inspiring so many lives, from this gal that created your shirts to the woman who has the TV show. They couldn't have got it. They wouldn't have got there without you. Sometimes they just need that little piece. And this is it.
I'm going to allow 15 people to become published authors. And they said to me, Laura, what do you want from us? I said, all I want is you to pay it forward to someone else.
There you go.
Whatever that is in your life, just as I give you that gift, you pay it forward to someone else in their life. Whatever that is. That's all I want. And you're correct, Josh. A lot of times, let's go back to the book. We're all afraid to put out a video, put out a book, but write a blog, do content, right? Because our egos are holding us back into being fearful of how people will judge us.
Right.
But you're correct, Josh, that not everyone will connect to me. Not everyone will connect to you. But the people we're supposed to connect to need us.
Yep.
So you are holding back in what you were meant to share with the world by not doing that.
I agree. Like, and it's hard for me because sometimes even people sometimes they look at people like ourselves and they're like, well, they're putting out content coming from a selfish space. Like they want people to recognize them. They want people to look at them. That is for people like, hey, there are people out there. Sure. I will admit there are people who are out there who do that, but we don't. Like we know from every fiber of our beings, me and you, Laura, we know that there are people out there. We want you to impact people's lives. We want you to change people's lives. Because again, Laura and I could put out content all day, every day, 24 hours a day, but there are still people that will not, like, we can't impact them. We can't change those lives. Like even if we put out a message that they're like, oh, that's interesting. You put out one piece of content, somebody sees it, you can. And that's why I continue to put out the content that we do. That's why at Shred Media, we're an attention impact network. We want you to get the attention of people and then impact their lives because only you can do it. You have to be willing to put yourself out there, though. Don't come from a selfish place. It's not. This is difficult. What you and I do, putting ourselves out there in this way that we do, Laura, it's hard. People judge us. Like it's scary. We have that fear. We're human beings. But it's ultimately, as you've done.
You actually have to love others and you have to love the world more than yourself to be able to give yourself back to it. Don't you understand? It comes from a place from our heart, because if we didn't care about others, you're right. We would just focus on ourselves and we would just keep focusing on ourselves and we wouldn't care about impacting others. Right. It comes from a place of our heart. That is why we care so much.
Yep. 100%. And that's what we're going to continue to do. We're going to continue to put out this content. So I want to, as we start wrapping up here, Laura and I could go for hours on this. Like, it just gets exciting. I get goosebumps when I hang out with Laura as she talks, as she shares her passion. And John just commented, this is so cool. We all have a gift and you guys are on fire this morning. John, thanks for sharing. Appreciate it. We do. Each of us have a gift. Each of us has this opportunity to share. Laura, if people want to get a copy of your book, what's the easiest way? We shared your website. It's Amazon. On Amazon. I was like, it's Amazon. All right. Dal, will you post the link right now? Post the link below. I have it. Actually, I'm going to post it up on the screen right now. Here we go. I will share it here. So guys, if you want to get a copy of it, order it right now. Like, it's such a great opportunity. And as you can see, Laura is willing to share so much passion, so much inspiration every single day, and saying, yes, you have to start someday. Laura, as we wrap this up, as everybody who's been listening, it has been fire. This has been a lot of fun this morning. What if you could give somebody just one little push, if you could motivate them, inspire in one way or another, what would you tell people, those who are on the fence of like, can I really impact people's lives? Can I really do this? What would you tell people right now?
You know, the thing I want to leave everybody with, there is no accident. You and I, at this moment in time, are here for a reason. And you are put on this earth to share why you were born. You are all born winners. The odds of you being created at that moment in time when your DNA was put together and who you became was not an accident. You are here for a reason, and you are here to share your gift and your light with the world. There is zero competition. Josh and I were having this conversation. No one here is in competition with anyone else. You should only be in competition with yourself, being your best. So continue to realize that you are the most fabulous, I'm the most unapologetic Laura Brandao there are in the entire world, because I'm going to continue to be me. And it's very hard for most people to be themselves. They are always looking to copy or to emulate or to follow someone that has something that they want, but you'll just be chasing. Realize you are the most perfect you there are in the world, and continue to be open every day to say yes to the opportunity into the world, because we only get but one chance to live this day. So make it a good one.
On that, where I'm not even saying anything else, ladies and gentlemen, the incredible, the inspiring Laura Brandao, thank you so much for joining us today. It was an absolute pleasure. I can't wait to have you on the show again to even talk more about this. But ladies and gentlemen, we have posted the link below. Make sure you get your copy today. You do not want to miss out. If you think this was inspirational, wait till you get a copy of Laura's book in your hands, because I promise you, it will inspire you every single day, and you will find yourself saying yes every day. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, we appreciate you. We love you. Now it's time for all of you to go shred, go show up, hustle, repeat every day. See you guys. See you, Laura. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you again so much for joining us for today's show. If you like the content, make sure you hit that like button below. And if you already haven't subscribed to our channel, click right over here and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want to see our latest video, click over here. And again, if you want to see the best of daily content within the mortgage and real estate industries, you have to subscribe now. We look forward to having you shred with us every single day.